Welcome back!
It's daylight savings times, bitches. Anyway, this is Off Topic with Carl and Sophia. I'm Carl.
I'm Sophia.
Yeah.
Yeah! Should we sing a song?
You don't gotta ask.
Love this podcast.
We supposed to start levitating.
I was trying.
That felt like religious for a second. Like I kind of got chills. I feel like we just like hit like a healing frequency. Like, you know those like YouTube videos where it's like, listen to this and you'll stop like grinding your teeth. That's what it felt like. How have you been?
I've been good. I just got back from Florida, which was fun.
I looked at I wanted to text you and I was like, what the fuck is she doing in Florida?
No, I know. I feel very, very fortunate because like I was just in Mexico and then I was in Florida, which that's not common. Like that is not a common occurrence. It's just been nice because I've been getting a lot of necessary, much needed sun. Yeah, it was fun. I finished Heated Rivalry.
I'm so excited.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ilya? Hey, baby.
I would do anything for that man. Oh, that felt weird saying like International Women's Day.
Oh yeah, cut the cameras. But yeah, it was I really liked the ending. I did. It was very like sweet full circle moment and like they like spoiler their future can begin. You know what I mean? Yeah. I really liked that. And that had been going on for what, 8 years? Was that the timeline?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I was like, when I was watching, I was like, damn, we are really jumping in time right now. Like, it's all of a sudden, like, 2 weeks, a month, next summer. And then, like, I think by the time I got to the end, I was like, oh, it makes sense. Like, I feel like that's a lot of my complaints in, like TV, not TV, but just, like, romances and media is, like, it moves so fast. Like, that's not realistic. But this was so, like, it was a slow burn without, like, feeling like it was a slow burn. And, oh, God, it's just...
The last episode was the best. Like, truly. Just because,
I was sobbing.
You mentioned it in the last episode, but just, like, the intimacy of, like, knowing someone and loving someone, it carried through so well because it was literally building to that moment. Like, that's what we've been waiting for the whole time. It was delicious. It was so good.
When he's like... Your mom's here, your dad's here, your boyfriend's here, you're good. And he's like, boyfriend.
I know!
And I'm like, you guys are literally eating dinner at his parents' fucking table. Like, yeah, you're boyfriends. Yeah, Hudson and Connor's, like chemistry, it's just, it's, like, unmatched. And honestly, I did start rewatching it. I think I got to, like, the 3rd episode. And, like, watching it on the second time, I feel like I'm noticing a lot more of, like, Hudson/Shane's like little mannerisms, because like, so I was watching an interview and they said that like Shane is a very internal character, and so like Hudson's playing him so internally, and that's so hard to do. Like when you're acting, it is like so emotive and it's so expression like based, and like, and he does so good at those like tiny little movements of his face. And oh my God, I'm enjoying it so much more on a rewatch because there's all the little tiny details that I didn't see the first time.
Sorry.
Hello? I got scared. I was like, did she freeze? Anyways.
Carl, how have you been?
I'd be good. I tried staying up for the first time.
Yay!
I've done it twice now. I have been tempted to not do this week because I am like, I'm so tired, and it is such an emotional, not, it's not an emotional thing, but like, if when I signed up for the first time, so you like sign up Wednesday, or not Wednesday, Sunday night, and then they post a list on like a half hour before the open mic starts. And I signed up Sunday night, and I was like, my stomach was in knots. I woke up at like 2 in the morning, threw up. Like, I was just, I was having anxiety like I have not had in years. And I like, it just, I have really bad stage fright, and I've had stage fright since I was a kid. And it's like one of my, it's not embarrassing. It's just like, it's very frustrating because I don't know if you can tell, but I love attention and I love to perform. And so, like, it is so, it's just, it's very frustrating because I'm like, I want to do this without losing my mind every single time. And like, the more often I do it, like when I was doing improv like regularly, it was a lot easier. But like now, I haven't done improv for a hot second. I've never tried stand up, so it was just like getting back into it. And yeah, I went up and I blacked out. I have no clue what the fuck I said. I have like the joke I wrote down. I did a joke about like how if you're afraid to go to the gym, you should go to the gym on a weekday during the day because it's all old people and they don't give a fuck. And I was like talking about people, the old people I saw. And then I like mentioned that I work at a theater and we have like a dinner thingy. And this lady came up and was like, "Oh yeah," I asked her how her evening was, and she was like, "Good, like I'm with my sister, and like we're having a little night." And I was like, "Oh, fun, like is this a tradition for you guys?" And she was like, "Well, usually I take my husband." And I was like, "Oh, but he's just like sick tonight." And she's like, "No, he died." And I was like, "I enjoy Book of Mormon." And it got a good laugh, and I was like, "Okay, I'm done." I just put the microphone back. And yeah. And then I did it last week too. And I was a lot more confident this week. I did a joke that I wasn't, because the first joke I had, I did like, I had it in my head for a while. Like, I knew what was funny, because I also would say it out loud to people a lot. Like, it was just, I would say it was a joke. And so, like, I was a lot more confident in the beats of that one. The one I did last week was about not having cable growing up, and how people who weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob are different than those who just didn't have access. And they're in the same group as like homeschooled only children. And like, it was, there was definitely good parts of it. I don't know what parts, because once again, I blacked out. And so I definitely just didn't feel confident. I didn't hit the beats as well as I would like, but I still got laughs, and that was good. I also went up and so like the one of the hosts she did a joke about how she dresses down for stand up because like men are gross, and I was wearing heels. And when I walked in and I went to the bar, this old dude started asking me like questions and was like, "Do you do jokes?" And I was like, "No, I just started, so not really." And when I went up on stage, sorry, I thought about turning around, and then I just decided to fuck up everyone's ears. Anyways,
Thank you.
um, I was wearing heels, and I like went up and I was like, I'm new to this, so I'm learning a lot. And what I've learned this week is I'm never wearing heels again. One, because I stood for an hour because there's nowhere to sit, and then two, an old man at the bar asked if I do jokes, and I don't sleep with men, so no, I don't do jokes. And I opened with that, and I got a lot of like, "Ooh," I was like, I don't know if that's a good one or not. Like, it was, I like genuinely couldn't tell if it was like a good like ooh or was like ooh. I
Ooh.
couldn't tell, but I just kept trucking through. And yeah, I really like it. It's
It
I knew I
it
was
makes
going
a
to.
lot it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
And I mean that
yeah,
in the best possible way. Like
yeah,
truly.
yeah. I like I when I got off stage the first time. First of all, my hands didn't stop shaking for an entire like half hour, and like it was such an adrenaline rush, and like it it's like it's just there's something so sounds so hippy dippy, but I truly it feels divine when you make someone laugh intentionally. Like it's fun when you like do it accidentally, but like for me, when I can think up some way to make someone laugh and it like works, oh my God, it's like I can imagine that's what crack is like. Like it's just and when I was at work and I talked to Alan, who was my like improv teacher, he I was like, guess what? He was like, well, I was like, I tried stand up, and his his response was the most like theater teacher coded thing. He was like, how'd it feel? I feel. I was like, it felt fucking great, Alan. Like, and yeah, I was talking to him. He said that he does a monthly like comedy show where it's like improv and stand up. And he was like, come, like when you feel more comfortable, like we'd love to have you there. And I'm like, ah, thank you. It is on Tuesday, and I saw him on Friday, and he was like trying to get me to come, but I'm like, I've only done it twice. I don't. That's scary, but also it's a lot of like sports people, and so I would know that they would be like so kind and understanding and like supportive. So maybe, maybe, and I do think I'm gonna do it tomorrow too, because if I skip when I don't have anything else going on, then I'm just gonna follow the practice with it. But yeah.
That seriously, like, you're amazing. Like that, I like that takes so much balls to get up and do that. Like that is absolutely horrifying, and it's super vulnerable. Like
Oh
truly,
yeah.
like you are going up there basically to like be judged if you're worthy enough for a laugh. You
It is
know, like
instant feedback.
it's scary, and like,
Yeah.
and we've talked. I mean, I remember we got brunch one day, and we were just talking about stand up in general, and just the way you talked about it, and you had an entire fucking notes page of just jokes that you had written. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just so proud of you for like doing it. Like, this is your
Thank
dream
you.
and you're doing it. And I can't wait until you get like more and more, because the shit you've got locked in from just like your childhood and your family alone, like you have so much heat. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
even like saying
Yeah.
that. Like your impression of your dad alone is just like, I it's like one of my favorite things. You do the same voice every time. It's so good.
Well, it's like I haven't even tapped into that either because I'm like that feels I don't know, it's a little bit like I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Because like the one I did the first week I was like I've had this locked and loaded. I know what I'm saying. I know the beats. Like this is fine. But then actually trying to like curate a joke or create a joke like I don't know if I have a notebook, but like it's weird because I feel like I have such like such a writer sometimes that like I'm like I have to write this out fully and have it all fleshed out. Like last week, I wrote the joke. I'm not joking like 6 times, and because I first tried it in like a list kind of way, and then I did like a flow chart, and then I was like, wait, I want to add this here, so I did another list, and I did like another flow chart, and then another flow chart, and then I had the final and the fuck's I just gonna say with that?
Writing a joke is something with your dad. There was like certain there are things that you didn't get
Oh,
into yet.
yeah, like when I was writing it and before I went, I was practicing it and I was just like saying it out loud. And then I go up on stage and I don't even say what I had written down. Like there was like I don't know if it was like instinct or like what, but there was just things I said that I didn't even think of until I was up on stage. And like it was a little bit of a double-edged sword because there was like some things that I think I missed one part that kind of made the transition from one topic to the other a little bit smoother, but like it wasn't that big of a deal. But then I also was saying I like said something else. I don't know what it was, but I know I didn't say what I had written down, but it worked so much better than what I would have written down. So,
I think it's important to plan and write things out like that, but
yeah.
like also like trusting yourself enough to know that you don't need to plan like that is going to come
Yeah.
with time. Cuz
Yeah.
like you said, like literally like when you're I can only imagine, but like when you're up there, like I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot going on, and like to just like take yourself out of the moment and actually like look at what you had planned almost seems like I feel like that would take you out of it even more. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Because, like, I kept, like, I'd bring my notebook up with me just in case, and I was, like, there was times where I was just kind of, like, taking a second to, like, kind of catch my breath a little bit and just, like, kind of sit for a second. Because, like, I'm a fast talker, and sometimes I do literally get out of breath talking, but I also am nervous, and so I'm, like, breathing a little bit heavier, or, like, I'm just, my senses are all heightened. So I would, like, take a minute, and I just found myself, like, looking at my notebook, but not actually looking at what I was writing and what I had written. And so I think it was just like kind of like a little like brain spot to just kind of like chillax for a second.
security
And
blanket, maybe?
yeah. And it's only 3 minutes that I'm up there, and it's so much faster. You like it goes by so much faster than you think. And like they'll like flash their light for a minute, and then you're supposed to like start wrapping it up, and yeah, it's it's so fucking cool. Like
I cannot wait to see you. I know you need
yeah.
to get your feet wet and like there's no pressure and there's no rush, but I'm not gonna embarrass you. I'm not. I might wear your T-shirt that you gave. Like, you know, like but I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
I'm gonna record like the video, not video. I'm gonna record a voice memo next week or tomorrow because I was talking to like it's kind of perfect too because I used to go to the open mic with my friend Anna, and we would like watch it. And we went to high school together, and I love her so dearly. She is one of the most supportive people in my life. Like she is just always like so gun ho for whatever the fuck I'm getting into, and she hasn't been able to come to the mics the last couple of days or last couple weeks because she's in school now. And so I'm like, this is kind of perfect. Like, there's just something about I get really weird knowing that there's people that I know and love in the audience, and like I get where I'm like, I don't know if it's embarrassed, but I feel like I know that who I am on stage isn't necessarily who I am in person, and I like kind of feel like I'm like playing a character, and for some reason that's embarrassing to me. And so like I am like are they gonna think I'm like insane for hamming up my own personality? Like it's just like that little voice.
the little demon in there.
Yeah.
And listen, like anyone who were to like watch you and judge you for playing a character on stage,
I know.
like what you're supposed to do is an asshole.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that you're like even vulnerable enough to get up there and like be something other than yourself. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I feel like there's also vulnerability in that. But like
Yeah,
it's so cool. You're so cool, Carl.
Aw shucks. Aw shucks.
Oh shit.
Aw shucks. You mean that? You really mean that? You mean it? Are you for real, Bubba?
I gotta find Bubba!
We got shrimp. Look. I bring some.
I said leave me, goddammit!
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
But anyway, you're great. You're so cool, and I'm so
Thanks.
proud of you. And God, again, whenever you're ready, I am so pumped.
Anyways, that's me. I also got new glasses. They're really fun.
Slay.
I feel like such a bug-eyed bitch.
They
Like-
fit your face so well. Like it works.
Hannah was like, somewhere in your lineage, there's a woman named Jean that has those exact glasses, and you were like fulfilling a prophecy. I was like, absolutely. Anyways,
Slay.
we
mama.
are recording this on March 8th. It'll come out much later, but March 8th is International Women's Day. So we want to talk about women.
We
Talk about
do.
women today. I love women. I love women so much.
Oh, me too. I made a list of all the women that I'm obsessed with, so I'm gonna go down the line of the ones that I remember. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? And so what I need you to do is react very strongly to every single woman that I say, okay?
Can do.
Ready?
Can do.
Okay, go. Goldie Hawn,
Yeah!
Jane Fonda,
Yeah!
Dakota Johnson,
Oh yeah, baby.
Elizabeth Olsen,
Yeah!
Aubrey
So good.
Plaza. Dude, I know. Closing it out strong. Closing it out
Oh.
strong, baby.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I love Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, let me think about women. Let me just sit and ponder about women. Boobies, you know,
But
butts,
gorgeous, gorgeous hair.
beautiful, beautiful hair.
Great
Beautiful, beautiful.
skin.
Great sense of community.
Full
Very
loving
loving,
hearts.
nurturing, bad bitches.
Nurturing.
I've never seen a man take control of a room like ever the same
Oh,
way that a
absolutely.
woman can. A woman
And
can. Oh, it's it.
and we get called bitches when we do, but then men do it and they get called bossy. Oh, I was gonna say, um, it's like now that I'm in like some sort of like leadership position, the amount of men that speak over me is
Dude,
really actually insane. And it happened last night a couple times. One, a lot of times people will come up and they don't think I'm the boss. Like one of my house managers, he's like 60 and he's the sweetest guy ever, and he is like genuinely like just you ever meet like an old white guy and you're like, "Uh-oh." And then he actually turns out being really great. Like
yeah.
that's one of my house managers. I came up to check in on him, and someone had asked like if he could, like they asked to talk to a manager, and I had just happened to walk up, and like he turned around and he was like, "Oh, here's your manager." And he like the guy like looked at me for a second, like he didn't believe that I was this man's manager. And like the amount of times that people come up and talk to my coworkers first thinking that they're the manager or they're the boss, and it's like even when my direct supervisor is there and I'm like house managing, they talk to him first. And I'm like, he's just training. He's not even here for a reason. Like, women can speak. Women talking. Great movie. Gave me a panic attack. Remember that?
I do. I felt so
Remember that,
bad for
right?
you. You just had a bad day. You had a really bad day.
Oh my god, that like that just like came back to me out of nowhere. Oh my god, I had a panic attack and then got shot down.
Ah! God, I'm sorry!
It's okay. Wait, we have never like dropped this lore. When
I
Sophia and
know.
I became friends, I like fell in love with her and had feelings, and she did not feel the same way back, and we didn't talk for 2 years. While we lived in the same building, in the
It
same
was
floor, like 3 doors down from each other.
brutal.
Yeah, and I
Brutal on both ends, by the way. Oh.
yeah, that was a rough period. That was rough. And it was after we went to see Women Talking, and we like drove home, and I was like, I have to tell you something.
And I was like, please don't. Please don't say what you're about to say right now. Please don't do it.
Ew, I feel like that guy where it's like, I have a crush. I think you might know her. Like, you know, when dudes are like, they just give you that look, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
god, oh god.
We've come a long way. And just to say, and this probably is whatever, but I've always loved you, but just different. It's always been different.
It's like that picture of that cow where it's like, there's like, it's like the illusion of choice, and it's like loving someone platonically and loving someone romantically, and then at the end it's like loving them fully as a human. Like
Dude.
that genuinely changed my life.
Dude.
Seeing that image, and it like that's I think like when we met, I feel like we both needed each other so badly, and like we affirmed and validated a lot of what we were struggling with, like we in each other, and like it just I think it went really fast, really quick, and like we both have codependent tendencies. Like I mean, I know I was struggling with it. Like I was unpacking a lot of stuff with my mom and alcoholism and how it like shaped me as a human, and like it just I think that your friendship, like being friends with you, was the first time that I genuinely felt seen, and like I wasn't ashamed of every facet of myself, and like you were such a security for me that like I really genuinely had no one else in my life that I felt comfortable enough to be myself with, and like fast forward to now, I think because of our friendship, I've like it showed me that like people aren't gonna run and scream and hide when you are showing your vulnerable, authentic self. It does give me confidence to be like that with other friends. And like now I have just I'm so popular and I have so many friends.
Right.
But like
Right. You're welcome.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. um I just like it really taught me that like I'm lovable and like other people are when you are like who you if you're I feel like the word authenticity has been such a buzzword, but when you are authentic it reflects in other people and the parts in you that are the same as the parts of them those will find each other and those will connect and like yeah. You
Yeah.
start crying, I'm gonna punch you through the screen.
I'm not gonna. I don't know. I just think about like I saw and I still see a lot of myself in you, and you were like the first person that I could truly like be very silly and like stupid with, like in like a very goofy way, but you still saw me as like someone who could be respected and someone who yeah, like you still saw like you saw like all parts of me and respected all of those parts. It was so different from anything that I had ever experienced before because like I don't know. You are one of the goofiest and silliest people that I know, and I had never met someone who could match the silly and the goofy, you know?
Yeah,
And
same.
yeah, and it's even like in the beginning it was just stupid fun. Like
Yeah.
that was like and I looking back on like all of my like summers, like it was just so fun and it was so refreshing. And the reason why I think it went as fast as it did is because we couldn't believe that this was like happening. Like we had
Yeah.
like this sort of connection with someone where we did feel seen, we did feel good, and it didn't feel like we had to like hide. Obviously
Yeah.
there was like a lot of growth that needed to happen on both parts, obviously, like based on like how things ended, but
Mhm.
like it was the first time, and I think that's why it hurt as much as it did. It was just like it was we were so raw and so authentic out the gate, and then to have and realize that like oh, we're both people and we both have our own shit and we will probably hurt each other. It was like a huge fucking betrayal on both sides. And like but that's I don't think we neither of us understood the complexities of what relationships are, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
in that way. And I think obviously we do now, you know what I mean? Like we've
We
I
were
mean
22, 23.
babies. We're still
Like,
babies.
was it 23?
I was
I was 22 for sure because I graduated that winter
it was
and I hadn't.
2022.
Yeah,
So I
because
was
also our
20
friendship was like July to January.
I think I just turned 20 when we started hanging out. Yeah, cuz we hung out on my birthday.
Oh yeah, we went out for your 21st. Also, like
Uh,
loving, loving the parts that we saw in each other. So like made it loving. It felt like I was loving myself when I would love you,
yes.
and like
Yes.
it was so close to being like healthy. You know what I mean? Like it was the inklings were there. Like the where we are now, I feel like is a lot stronger. I would hope that like I think that that is such like a foundation of our friendship is like we helped heal a lot of trauma in each other's like in each other. I think by like just loving each other and being there. And I know for me, like I remember thinking about how because when we met, I was still struggling a lot with my gender identity. Like it was a constant thing that I just felt like I could never figure out and I it was always on my mind. And I remember when we would be hanging out, you were like one of the first like girls loosely that like didn't you didn't really wear makeup, like didn't really wear like like girly clothes and I think a lot of my friends up until then like were very makeup heavy, like makeup focused and like just very traditionally girly and you weren't. And I like still don't really think you're like very traditionally girly and that helped me like accept a lot of my femininity was just like being like oh I can still participate in it if and pick what I want to. I don't have to go balls to the walls. And like I know that like that's also a vice versa thing. Like I know our conversations about gender and sexuality has like helped you a lot too. And like yeah,
Yeah. But any whoosies, Carl and I, female friendships. This is one of them,
yeah,
probably one of the most influential friendships that I've had to date.
really.
Just learning and growing, and like there's still shit. You know what I mean? It's just how do you show up?
That's like we I feel like a lot of like a big part of why we had like we not butted heads but we had conflict was that like both of us are super conflict avoidant and like
Yeah,
it's
I would say
like
so.
I hate having to have a talk with anybody. And I think we both like have very different responses to like those types of conversations. Like I kind of shut down and I get like super factual and I'm like I'm not having emotions right now. And I feel like from what I've gathered, I feel like you're a little bit opposite where you're like I'm feeling this so deeply and like I need like, you know, and so I think those things still come up and that's just a part of being friends. Like that's just a part of being full like your full self with people that you trust. Like you're not going to be perfect all the time and that's okay. Like I still love you like even if you're not perfect.
You can only grow if you like know those things about yourself and about the other person too. Like, but yeah, I guess moral of the story is just
I'm
I love you.
I love you. I love you so much. I miss you, ho.
Dude, hey, I sent a fucking message being like, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Can we please schedule a weekend? And listen, I know you have a job. I know you have a job, and I know you work something like 70 hours a week all of a sudden, but what happened to me? What happened to Mama?
Did we even schedule a weekend?
No.
Okay, bitch. Okay.
We can work that out. But, oh, also, new update for me. I quit the bakery job.
Period.
So, okay, I started it, and I was like, okay, this is great. Extra Monet, but I didn't have time to, like, actually do the things that, like, I wanted to do, which I've been really trying to, like, get back into film because it's what I love and it's my passion, and I feel like I haven't been doing it out of fear, and I'm slowly but surely dipping my toe back in, and in the process of like working and wanting to do that, I have to pick. You know, it's like it because it was too much. The extra money for the 3 weeks that I worked there was nice, but it was too much. So you know what we're gonna do? Plasma, work smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. So that's my a little update for me.
Salted. Instead of clock it. Clock it. Salted. Oh, that's so real. I feel like I just had a job, like a dream last night that someone was like, "Why don't you just get a third job?" And I was like, "I did."
Are you fucking nuts?
I want that? Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Like,
I don't know how I did all that shit. This was like 2022 when I worked at let me think here. I was working a food service job. I was working at this daycare, and it was only 2 jobs, but it was like even then, like at this job, it was like really late hours. I'd work sometimes till 6 in the morning. I was thinking to myself like the other week, I was like, how the fuck did you do that? How did your body do that? You can barely handle 2 extra hours added like to the workday. Like how the fuck were you doing that? And I think it was just will, and also knowing that there was like, this is what we have to do. This is what we have to do. Like
when you like have no other choice, like you're like I have. I mean, I was working 3 jobs this summer, last summer, and then a little bit of this year, and I was like, I cannot do this anymore. Like, it is different. I don't know, because I feel like I was probably working like 40 hours before I got my job now, but I think it was different because it was so spread out between other places, and the schedule changed. There was some weeks I would work 10 hours, and so like it fluctuated a lot. And so like it's adjusting to the stability of it, but it's like, oh, I don't have to. When I was working 3 jobs, I had this like baseline layer of anxiety that I was not where I was supposed to be. Not like goal or wise, but the physically, like where I'm like, am I at the right job today? Am I supposed to be somewhere else? I double book myself. Like that anxiety was almost worse than like just doing the fucking job.
And it's not like it. I'm coming from a place right now where it's like I don't have to. I like I don't have to worry about certain finances while I'm living here, and it's like I can actually like take the time to like do the things that I want to do to build myself to where I want to go. So it's like take advantage of it while you can, you know? So um but
Like there is literally not enough money in the world for me to live back home again. Like I did it. I don't need to do that again. I love my family so deeply and dearly. I love my dad. Like we have a very complicated, weird relationship, and I love him to death. You could not. He made a joke the other day. He was like, "Well, when are you gonna move home?" I was like, "Were you there when I was living at
do
home?
you remember
Do you remember that
that?
3 month period where we fought every other day? Like, go to the doctor because you have memory loss." Like dead ass was like, well, I should just come home for a bit. And I was like, first of all, I'm 25 and I am not doing that. Like, I don't need to just like come home for summer break. I'm not doing that. And I was like, dude, we literally fought so much. There was one time he said to my sister, he was like, I don't know, she just always goes in her room when she's like, when I get home, and I just don't understand. I'm like, I don't want to be by you. I don't want to be by you.
Dad, you're always
I want to
yelling.
be myself. Literally, you're yelling and you make noise just standing there. Like, oh my god, when I went home for Christmas, I think I like sent you a picture. I had my noise canceling
Yep.
earplugs, and then I had like my dad's like work headphones over top of that, and it wasn't enough. Like I'm loud. I know I'm loud. My dad, he moves, and it's like a 20 decibel sound coming out of his body. Like it's
Dude,
just so overstimulating.
my mom has gotten better at this, but like we call her rhino feet because she's like stomping every like she's just like where are we going? Where are we going? And it's just like
Are
dum
you
dum
making
dum.
grapes?
Dude,
Or wine?
when we're in the basement, we can tell who is who because, and we know when it's mom because it's literally like, dun, 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 and it's just like, where are we marching? Like,
Yeah.
where are we going?
Step in
But
time, Jesus Christ.
yeah, but honestly, like in terms of just like living home, I feel like we've all like have a groove. And I think we all respect that, like, we're all adults now. Because Abram also is living at home right now, too. Because I don't know if I mentioned, but he's going to be working on Mackinac Island for a season. So he's living here until that starts in about a month. And so we're all here right now. And
Yeah.
just respecting the fact that, like, we have. Like, Abram and I had our own lives outside of this house for a few years, me 6 years, and then I came back, and it's just kind of respecting that, like, this technically isn't our house, so we abide by, like, what is expected in that regard in the space, but my parents also have to respect that, like, I'm an adult, and I get to make my own choices about my life. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? And,
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
it took 2 years, basically, to, like, get to this point, and there was a lot of there was a lot that like came up, but like I truly like in the grand scheme of things, like it's really good. Like it's gotten a lot better, and I'm glad because being in a home where you just like don't want to like physically feeling all the time, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here is exhausting. And like when you can't escape and like this is your only option, you just are stuck in that perpetual loop and you like I don't know like what everyone's trauma response is different. Like some people would just literally never be home. So that like flight or it's like if or someone's always fighting. Like if you're this upset, you just like fight with someone or but with me, it's like I shut down. I'm catatonic. Like I can't do the things I want to do. It's like you just lay in bed and you're like I want to do this, but I physically like do not have the energy to even try. So I'm grateful that like us as a family have like moved in a direction where it's like I can escape the catatonic state, if that makes sense. But like,
Yeah.
it's not easy, and it cannot be like a one person job, you know what I mean? Like that's something that I've realized is like I couldn't take that on all by myself, so I'm really grateful that my family has taken the time to like work together, you know. So I think it helps too that like my family, they're not boomers. My parents aren't boomers. It's, you know what I mean? Like that, I think generationally it's really, I know, I'm sorry. It's completely dependent on generation to generation, I think.
Yeah.
Boomers are a tough breed. Like they really are. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but just
I
like
do.
I know you do. I'm sorry. You're right. You go off, Queen. You go off.
Well, like, both my parents are boomers, and at work I deal with a lot of boomers, and they just have this like I really don't know where it comes from, but there is just immediate resistance to anything. Like just it's like such a I genuinely like even trying to think like what happened, like what they grew up in, like post World War II, post like Great Depression kind of, because my dad was born in 64, 63. My mom was born in 64, and so they were like, you know, teenagers in the 70s, entering their lives in the 80s, having kids in the 90s, and like, grandparents in like 2000s. And I think that that is like such a golden age of like the economy and stuff. Like they were able to buy houses. My dad has a like beautiful house on 3 acres of land that he designed and like built himself. That would never happen today. And like the house, I'm pretty sure is worth like $500,000 or some shit. I don't know, but like I don't think that boomers understand just how much has changed. And I think that maybe they do, or they do see the change, but they are just, there's something that they're just so, I think that they were promised something and they got the promises, so they can't fathom anything else. Like, they can't fathom that life doesn't work out. I don't know. I really don't know what it is, because, like, I'll talk to my dad, and it's just, like, he is so disconnected from the world. And I don't know if it's just like my dad specifically, like he's not a technologically savvy person. He doesn't really like go to the movies. Like he goes, work is his hobby, unfortunately. And so he's very like shut off from the world. And I don't know, even like at work, like yesterday, I also feel like I talk about work so much, but it literally is all I do sometimes. It's embarrassing and sucks.
It's
But
not embarrassing, honey. You're in a system where you have to do that, so don't be
yeah.
embarrassed.
Plus, I do like my job, and so like, I don't know, I don't mind talking about it. But so yesterday we only had 5 ushers for this venue, and we typically have 18. And I was like, it's fine. Like, you know, I've done it with less ushers before, so we'll be fine. Except that we did not have our A team there today or yesterday, and so they were just. I was explaining to them where I wanted them to stand in the house in the theater, and it's different than what our typical setup is. I was like, but this is fine. Like, you know, this is what we do when we are low ushers. I've had the same thing before, and it's worked great. These bitches could not get it in their fucking heads. Like, and that sounds so mean, but I'm not joking, dude. I explained it like 6 different times, and I showed them like multiple different ways, and it's still. I went in the theater, and they were in the old spots, and I was like. And then, like, before the fucking house opened, they're just, like, hanging around gabbing with each other. And, like, we have 490 people coming to see the show today. Can you help, just to shell the bathroom? And it just, like, they were boomers. Like, absolute boomers. And I'm like, I just, like, it's like the old dog can't learn new tricks kind of thing. But it's also just, like, you can't fathom having to shift gears. And it's just, ugh.
I don't know if that's like an old person thing. You know what I mean? Because sometimes
Yeah.
it's just like I think it's just harder for things to stick. Like,
Yeah.
but that is frustrating. And I do think it's like important to keep in consideration about certain boomers that like where they live
Yeah.
is also I think, a big contributor to like how they think, circa your dad,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I think that's a bit, because I have boomer grandparents, and I would say they're pretty progressive. I wouldn't say they're leftists. I would say they're like conservative Democrats, even though those terms don't really matter anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, they abide by like leftist thinking in terms of like human rights and like all of that stuff. But there are certain things that like you try to explain to them about like our system and just like the way we think about like the American dream, they don't get it. It's You're right. Like there's something that like they see us as entitled, and they see us as like all this shit. But the thing is, what they don't understand is that we're living in society right now where we were promised these things. We were
Yeah.
promised like security if we worked hard. We were promised that we would be taken care of if we did certain things. And goes to show it's not true. It's what they were given, what they were promised. Yeah, they were given it. They got the house, they had the family, they had the job, they had the security. We right now as a generation are working, and also people have their degrees and they still can't get a fucking job. So it's like we went to college and now we're looking for jobs, and now like, and there's
Like we
nothing
did
wrong,
everything you told us to do and it's still not working.
and it's not lining up. So like we're angry. We see the flaws in the system that they can't, because the system benefited them. And this is specifically for
Oh
white
yeah.
Americans, by the way, just
Yeah.
to preface
Yeah.
from our experience and what we've seen within our families. And like I think that's the hard thing for them to understand, because I was trying to explain to my grandpa, and this is going to go into something a little different, but he had to work very, very hard to get to where he's at right now. He was a semi truck driver. He helped build houses with my great grandpa. Like he worked, and then in turn, those values went on to my dad, and he fucking worked. And like a classic Midwest, like work hard, get the rewards, and they did, and they truly, truly did. But now I would say from my perspective, I've seen like what that has done to like for the negative side effects of what that has done in ways that they can't, because they had to do that for survival. They had to do all that for survival, and now since the American dream worked in the sense that like you worked and now look at what you got, here I am seeing what it took and what they did and what was lost, and it's different. And there are things that like they aren't going to understand, because I think if they were to understand that some of the things that they had to sacrifice was propaganda, and like that is
Yeah.
such a hard thing to face, that like what you worked for wasn't bullshit. I don't want to say it was bullshit, but like it wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
The intent wasn't what you thought it was. Like it didn't. It was to keep you
I
in
was gonna
line.
say, like, I feel like a big difference between like like our generation and like boomers and maybe even Gen X,
A
but
little bit
I
of Gen
think it's
X.
like it's we they were exploited so much, and like especially in workplaces, like sometimes my dad will say things that he did like on jobs, and I was like, how the fuck are you alive right now? And I think that our generation, just in a like very wide view of things, we don't put up with shit. And like, I don't know if it was pandemic that really like fast forwarded that, but like I feel like even just like in family systems, like our generation has put our foot down to a lot of abuse. And like I don't know if it's just that they didn't have the verbiage or the, understanding of right and wrong in that way, because like the nuclear family was still like so strong, and like these family values were very enforced, and like sit down, shut up and take it kind of thing. That just isn't really as common anymore, I would say, or it's not as tolerated. And I think that there's some sort of like, I think that's a big like difference between the ideals of like our generation versus boomers. And I think that's where a lot of the word that I'm thinking of is like disdain. And I don't know if that's the right one, but like I think about it a lot. Like, I don't know, I'll talk to my dad about stuff with our family and I'll say like, that wasn't right. That wasn't okay. Or I guess not even, I'll talk about stuff that him and I have that I'm like, you can't do that to me. That's not what love is. And you can tell that it kind of takes him a moment because it's kind of the thing where it's like, if I admit that what I'm doing is wrong, that means that where I learned it from was also wrong. And that's really
it's a complete unraveling, and that's why I think a lot of people just stay where they are, because it's easier to just like say nope, you're wrong.
And I empathize, like truly empathize, because like we never really had to get unraveled because it was already unraveled when we got it. Like honey,
true,
when she bought it, like it just like we didn't have anything to unravel because it like they didn't have it in the first place. And so I can't imagine having to completely reframe beliefs I've held so strongly for 60 years. Like that, I do empathize with that. Like there are things that my dad, I'm like, you're just never gonna really get over that one. And I don't blame him. Like,
a lot of the shit that comes from our trauma, from our parents and our family, is directly from the system. Like, directly. And there's something I was gonna say and I forgot. Oh, just like maybe if I keep talking, it'll just come back to me. Just like...
That always works for me.
We've all been lied to.
Yeah.
I think their egos get in the way a little bit, because I think if they admit that, like, they were wrong, like, that they're stupid, and that they're not, like, they didn't really know the way, and, like, that's not the case. Like, you were manipulated just like the rest of us. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the trauma that comes from, like, families just kind of being like, sit down and shut up, it was very much like, they had to work their asses off. They didn't have time to, like, sit down and be like, oh, you feel sad. Oh, yeah, I just worked fucking 12 hours and I wanted, like, I'm exhausted and I'm pissed off. Like, I don't want to deal with you. And, like, what is that right inherently? No, I would say that's probably wrong. However, they didn't know they had a choice.
Yeah.
Like, like, that's what they always saw, you know? So it's like, you gotta feel for them, but that at the same time, you have to respect yourself enough to know that, like, this isn't what I want to continue. Like, this is not the way that it has to be. And, like, what they choose to do and how they decide to think, that's your business, you know? Like, you can... I don't fault you. Do I want to be around you all the time? Probably not. Just in terms of, like, core values, we're a little different. But...
we watch different movies. We listen to different music.
It's alright. I like watching movies with subtitles. It's just a little different.
God forbid I read.
Dude, that's always so funny to me, because, like, it does, just going to film school, like, it's a little off tangent really quick, like, some people in my family are like, oh, subtitles? And I'm like, are you 5? Are you 5? You can't fucking read?
I genuinely cannot hear what the fuck people are saying if I don't have the subtitles on.
Dude,
like, it is so hard. I think that's a whole separate thing where it's, like, movies nowadays, like, made so differently. But, like, genuinely, I really can't hear if I can't see.
Dude, I'm with you. There's so much going on, like, visually. You know what I mean? I can't hear you. I don't... You know what? Okay, actually, ADHD moment. So when I was a kid...
off topic on my plan spelled off topic. It's crazy. We talked about women for 5 minutes.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you know what? We're letting down... We're letting her down our ladies.
40 or 120 minutes now. And we're like, we're gonna stick to an hour. Fuck no. Yeah,
hey,
you guys wanted this. You like this. This is off topic. But like, I don't know. Whenever we were talking about this, whenever anyone says that they listen to the podcast, it is genuinely so heartwarming, and I appreciate it so much. Like, I don't know. It like. I had someone reach out and be like, yeah, we listen, and it, like, I love it, like, we're obsessed with it, and I'm like...
That is so nice. That's just so nice.
Because it is like we're recording, it is like it like we started this for us. Like this was just because we love to talk, and like this still is, I think, at the core for us, but it is really cool when people are actually listening, and it is like, well, like this is real, and like we're not just screaming into a void, and like it's really cool. And thank you all for listening, and thank you all for subscribing, and just being here. We love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Carl and I talked about 2 months ago about like the point of us doing this, because I think we got to a point where we just kept doing it and there was like no intention, and I think we just basically came down to like, as long as we're having fun and then we keep wanting to do it, then we're good. In my mind, it's like, I feel like that's just great for like, I don't know, we're multifaceted, you know? Like we like to talk, obviously. And we like to be funny and entertain, but also like, I'm a filmmaker, Carl's a writer, now a comedian, and and like, I mean, I've dabbled in writing as well, and like I think we really want like our work to be recognized as well. So I think that was a big thing too, just being like, we wanted to use this as a tool while also having a lot of freaking fun. So
Yeah.
um but yeah, on that note, you guys should check out what we do, and we'll Carl will provide those resources in
Yeah.
the description.
I
But
actually realized I never put our Instagrams or anything in the bio or in the description. I should start doing that.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I'm not that. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know. It's fun. It feels really good to be back. There was a,
Same.
I feel like over the holidays, we've already talked about it, but I definitely felt burnt out and it didn't feel fun anymore, and that's when I think we knew that it was time to take a step back. But now that everything's kind of doing its thing, it feels really good. And yeah. So, on that note, to close out, we'll do our gratefuls, and then we'll be on our merry way. Carl, would you like me to start for gratitude? Or
I mean,
would
I
you
got
like
one
to
locked
start?
and loaded.
All right, you go.
I'm grateful for
Go.
women. I'm grateful for women. I love you so much. Being a lesbian is one of the greatest joys of my life, and I've never been so proud of being something. And I love women so much. I think that we are truly just the best. And be, I will always be for the girls and for the gays. Only the gay women. And like, I think that it's like genuinely so hard to even like get a cohesive thought about it, but it's just like we're so much better. We're so much better planners. We're so kind, and like we're complex. Sometimes we're bitches, and sometimes we're mean, and sometimes we're messy, and like that Lola Young song. Because I'm too messy. Women are so multifaceted, and I have so many just fantastic women in my life that are just like they have taken care of me and supported me and loved me, and I feel so deeply indebted to all of the women in my life and all of the women everywhere. Yay, women! I love you. I'm so grateful.
I am grateful for all the women that
Kaka.
I know. I'm sorry. Can I have my fucking moment?
Fine.
I am grateful for all the women that are making a difference right now. Even in like small ways, like in the film industry right now, like Margot Robbie is a producer, but she only produces women-led stories. So she's getting like so
Okay.
she's getting our stories out there and making sure that like the target audience is women and women are prioritized. So like stuff like that. Jane Fonda, she's still fucking 80 and all, protesting, showing up, showing out. Um, yeah, so very very grateful for women like that, and I find them very very inspiring, and it makes me want to use my skills and contribute in that way as well. So, yeah, grateful for that.
Can I
Uh,
shout out one woman in specific that I just thought of?
yeah, and of course you can.
Bisan from Gaza. She is still alive. she is one of the main reasons that anything has been getting out of Palestine, that we've been hearing about Palestine and the shit that like Israel has been doing. I like she's incredible, and I think about her every day, and I hope to God that she's lives a long, 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 long life in a free Palestine, and just all of the like. This feels so like white savory, but like just we have a lot of privilege in America, and we do have a long way to go, and like we have to constantly fight for our rights and everything. But there are still so many women in the world that are oppressed so deeply and heavily, and as I want, like, we celebrate women, but we also make sure remember that we have a long way to go. And so, all right, should we go?
Probably.
I know, I'm like, I'm having a good. I'm also so sweaty. My hands are like so sweaty, and my arms are so sweaty.
That is
Gross. This feels like such a Midwestern goodbye right now.
Well, shit, I guess we should get going. What the fuck was that? Oh. Okay. Alright.
Okay, I'll call you.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go, guys. I don't know why I have to whisper, but I'm
I don't know why either.
I'm gonna follow the vibe. I'm gonna follow the vibe. Okay. Carl's roommate is home, so we're gonna dip out. I'm gonna give Carl. I have to piss, so actually I'm gonna piss first, and then I'll give Carl a call. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so we've got things to do. So
we got things to do.
We gotta go. We don't want to talk to you guys anymore. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
done.
we were like, wow,
actually, we
out.
like. Yeah, so actually we're over it. We're gonna talk to you guys maybe never.
It was like a 2-month break, and not tell you.
Yeah, won't miss it. Won't miss you.
Not at all. Not at all. At all.
Okay. We're gonna go. For realsies. Okay. Bye.